I'm an angry individual. Give me all of my residuals. Cash stacked tall till it's reaching the top of the pinnacle. There's no one that is identical. You can never reach my state of mind. I'm the definition of cynical. Give me my dough, I gotta go.
Yo, this is Cash Boxing coming to you once again. I'm here in the flesh. Check it out. So I just watched the Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia fight. To no surprise, Shawn Porter won. I wasn't rooting for Shawn Porter at all, though. I was rooting for Danny Garcia. I say no surprise because the way Shawn fights is just to take the rounds. Danny Garcia has a style similar to Adrian Broner, in my opinion. Who's better, who's worse, I don't know. But record-wise, Danny Garcia does have a better record than, Adrian Broner. But that's not the discussion. So, being that Shawn Porter beat Adrian Broner because they have a similar style, I just suspected that Shawn Porter would be able to beat Danny Garcia as well. Danny Garcia does throw a hard left hook. And all night that left hook was landed. Shawn would dip his head down like he always do, come forward like he want to burst forward and put his head down like a linebacker. And he was constantly getting caught with that left hook. As it was one point in this fight where Danny Garcia hit him back to back with left hooks and it rocked him. I think Danny Garcia was landing more effective punches. In my opinion, I thought Danny Garcia did enough to take the win. It was a controversial win. It could have went either way. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say controversial, but it could have went either way. You know what I mean? And just for the sheer numbers, I think Shawn Porter took the fight just because the sheer amount of punches he thrown. Even though they landed around the same amount of punches at the end of the fight. And Shawn Porter threw I think almost 100 punches more than Danny Garcia. When you watch Floyd Mayweather fight, he'll have a high percentage, low thrown, low amount of punches thrown, but it's still at a high percentage. And he will win fights like this. But yet when Danny Garcia does it, he had a higher, like 10% higher rate of punches landed than, Shawn Porter. He loses the fight, So, it's like sort of what Angel Garcia said in that post-fight interview. He said that it's all politics, and honestly, I do think it's politics that won this fight for for Shawn Porter. It could have went either way though, stylistically. Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence and Shawn Porter versus Errol Spence. I think it'd be more of a firefight with Shawn Porter going against Errol Spence. So I think in that aspect of politics, I think that it'll be better for the fight, and to be more a catchy fight, a more interest of a fight for Shawn Porter to go against Errol Spence. Regardless of the fact, I still thought Danny Garcia did enough to win. Shawn Porter's style is just ugly. I really hate it. I like Shawn Porter. I like the way he fought Danny Garcia, but it was the first time I ever seen him fight like that too. He took his time. He was a little bit more methodical instead of just being like a bull and coming forward with his head, fighting dirty. And he still did it. You see, Danny Garcia took more damage from his head, like he said in that post-fight interview, from Shawn Porter's head. With the knot on the bleeding out the side of his head from Shawn Porter coming in with his head, his nose, bust his lip, all from head, headbutts, So this is the way Shawn Porter fights. It's very ugly, very, very ugly to me. Yet, in a way, it catches the eye of the fans if you're not watching close to these punches. And most people only see, people running forward. You catch the person coming forward, but you're not really catching the punches. You got to watch the hands, because the hands moving a lot faster than what you see that person moving, and people aren't really catching these shots that Danny Garcia was landing. Shawn would come in, he would throw these smothered punches, and yet Danny Garcia was landing the big shots, the more effective blows throughout the fight. And in those exchanges, he would come forward. Shawn might throw 5 punches, Danny throw 2. Both of Danny Garcia's hit, and it was clean hits. And Shawn might have landed 1 effective punch and threw 5 smothered punches that really didn't do anything. You know, just bounced off of him. You know, so this is the way Sean fights, and I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of Sean Porter, but not a fan of his fighting style. If he continued to fight how he fought against Danny Garcia, though, it was slow. It was slower, more methodical, and he never goes for that knockout. Like Sean Porter just doesn't go for the knockout. It's a hard fight. He comes in, he throw big shots. I like when he went against Keith Thurman. That was a good fight, man. You know, I like when Sean Porter takes his time with his punches to not smother his punches. When he smothers his punch, come forward. It's sickening to watch. It's irritating. It's not a fun fight to watch. Danny Garcia is taking his time. He's looking for those clean combinations. That's why I like Adrian Broner. That's why I like Danny Garcia. That's why I like Floyd Mayweather. They take their time to get those eye-catching shots, you know. And Sean Porter's trying to fight like Mike Tyson, but yet Mike Tyson still had his eye-catching shots. I can't remember one time when Sean Porter threw an eye-catching shot in a fight with Danny Garcia. I can't remember one time when he threw a eye-catching shot against the Keith Thurman in the Keith Thurman fight. Like it's all maul and brawl. He fight like a baby bear, just all over him, maul him, you know, all over him, you know. Whereas you know, Adrian Broner, Danny Garcia, they're throwing those eye-catching shots. They wait for the good combination. They thinking fighters. You know, I'm not to say Sean isn't thinking. It's just a different method. You know, it's a different method to his madness, and I'm just not a fan of it. You know, it was a good fight though. You know, I am a fan of Sean Porter, and his legacy. He did a good job to earn the W. Congratulations to Sean. Good luck to Danny Garcia. I know he has more, and I'm a fan of it, and I'll watch it, and I'll buy his fight as well. I'm a fan of both fighters, you know. So good luck to both of them. Good job to Sean Porter for getting the W, and I look forward to see Sean Porter and Errol Spence Jr. next year, 2019. Hey, this is Cash Boxing coming to you in the flesh. Catch me next time. Cash Boxing, baby.
I'm an angry individual. Give me all of my residuals. Cash stacked tall till it's reaching the top of the pinnacle. There's no one that is identical. You can never reach my state of mind. I'm the definition of cynical. Give me my dough, I gotta go.